Hey you guys, I have a couple minutes to get on here and encourage you. A few things were being downloaded today to me. It's like a download, but I was putting off doing yoga for so long today. Whatever your practice is, whatever your exercise is, if you do that or you do meditation, I do meditation every day too. I thought it was because yoga is so hard, or whatever the exercise is, it feels like it's going to be that. My little dog came over here. Come here, honey. But it wasn't that. It was that I got quiet for it. And when you quiet your mind, stuff comes up, and our society is built like 95% of people are probably, this is what I hear, but we can change this, are running after, Netflix or filling up their time with other people or entertainment or drinking or addictions or whatever. And I'm not picking on any of that, because we can be addicted to our mind and addicted to thoughts and addicted to taking spiritual classes and, all sorts of other things, our mind activity. But what I was afraid of and what I had to face was just quieting my mind and being present with myself. And when you quiet your mind, all this stuff comes up that you were forgetting, that, oh, I needed to do this, I need to do that. And it's like, no, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm quieting my mind right now. And if I want to remember all that stuff, I can quiet my mind later to remember to do all those things. So, but I just started crying, like my eyes out, because it's like there's so many things sometimes that you have to say no to. And your egotism can have this FOMO, this fear of missing out. Like, I'm going to miss out on all these things that I could be easing my pain with, It's not always painful. It's so beautiful once this surfaces, because you're becoming more and more your true self, It's beautiful. So I was looking at YOLO and FOMO, and it's like, you only live once. Someone said it to me last night, and it was like, well, maybe you don't. Maybe you live many lifetimes. I won't go into that, but maybe you have a deeper purpose here to remember who you really are and live from that place. And when we go, and if I spent all my time, just in my mind and like doing puzzles or being with friends, like Sudoku all day long or something, not that I would, but like I could be doing my work all the time, or just feel your stillness, your isness. Take your tension out of your mind, back into your body, into your legs, your toes, your hands. Just look at nature and breathe in. It feels so good to be in this place. But the egotism, we're so programmed, we're so scared to come to this place. But it's like Christ says, take up your cross every day and die. That doesn't mean be miserable. It means come into joy. He's like, I want you to know the joy that I have all the time. You have the fullness of joy. Sometimes in childhood we have experiences, and so we don't think that joy is going to be there. So we take what we can get, grabbing hands, grab all they can. More like, I don't know if that peace and that joy is going to be there, so I'm going to take this drink. I'm going to take this, quick fix relationship or whatever, And it's so weird because it's like all things are beautiful in their time. There's nothing wrong with a glass of wine per se, you know. I'm not saying for everybody. I'm saying for some people, you know, there's nothing wrong with relationships. They're beautiful, you know. There's nothing wrong with like the art of a movie or a creative endeavor that someone did to put out there in the world, or reading a book. But if I keep doing it because I'm afraid to be silent, because I'm afraid of what's going to come up, because I'm afraid to know who I am and live authentically from that place, then whatever I'm using to keep me from that place is keeping me from that place, you know? I have all these sayings around my room. It's like, be present. Challenge yourself without judgment. Go to your own edge. I just put, for the love of God, don't look back, you know, because it's looking forward. I have a goal and I have a purpose, and it's important for me to fulfill that purpose. And anything or anyone that's going to keep me from living in this place where I'm called inwardly to live, I have to be willing to let them go. It's like I just keep seeing Lot's wife turning back, turning into a pillar of salt, you know? It's like if I returned back to the earth instead of the breath that is in me living, the soul, you know, the breath of divine. Christ, after the resurrection, he breathed on the disciples, you know? That breath gets to live in me. And every time I say no to something that I want to say yes to, just puts another log in the fire to change this alchemy in me, creates a higher purification or quality in me. And it's not some spiritual gymnastics. I'm not saying to do something so your ego can feel spiritual. I'm saying I have to remind myself that it's for a higher purpose and surrender myself to that higher purpose, even though it's painful a lot of the time and lonely at times. And just keep being brave. And there's so much beauty on this path. You get so much consolation. Your ego thinks you're losing something, but you're gaining everything. What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? What if you let go of everything to gain your soul, to remember who you are, to live from that place? All right, much love.